I know that you build your own PC, right?
Yeah.
I built my own PC. I want to talk about that a little briefly, if you don't mind.
No, I think that's a good segue into how the gaming, how people perceive gaming nowadays versus 10 years ago. But go on, please.
I think building that computer it seems like it's such a lot of work for a lot of people. They're like, oh man, I don't know how to build a computer, and they look up people who have their own custom computer, like, whoa, dude, that's so cool. You're like,
Wow,
computer expert.
Your computer has neon light coming on it. It must
Yeah,
be a pro
yeah.
thing.
and then when I before getting into studying computer science, completely different thing to having my own custom PC. People would be like, whoa, I'm gonna ask you all about this stuff, man. Now you're a pro. I'm like,
Can you fix my Wi-Fi too?
I think I built my own PC when I was 16.
yeah, mine too, around the same age, and it was basically a glorified Lego piece, to be honest. It was like
It's just like a cheaper option.
Yeah.
Basically.
yeah.
If I want a PC that can do stuff that a $10,000 PC can do, then why don't I build one with like half the price?
I wouldn't say half the price nowadays. Nowadays, definitely you have to pay $10,000 for that proper PC. Even because now that if you want a pre-built version, it's only, let's say, 500 more. Because they're like the market for competition.
I've started realizing.
Yeah, I've
that
started realizing.
building your own
Okay,
PC is
it's not that hard. So they're not.
There's so many YouTube tutorials out there.
Yeah, they're not overcharging you for the actual build now. Like
Yeah.
you can
But
actually pick up parts.
Like, I'm saying like you can choose whatever you want to put on.
You can do that now.
You can do.
You can do that now.
You could still customize it and ask people to do
Yeah.
it for you.
You can so one of my friends who recently got a new computer built was telling me, oh dude, I want to build my computer because I'm getting serious with my gaming now. I want to like do some streaming and stuff. I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. Just ask me any questions you want. And she's like, oh yeah, how do I build it? I'm like, okay, if you don't want to build it, just go ask the dude to build it for you. And she's like, oh, it's gonna cost a lot more. And like, not really. And then you have this whole checklist. It's almost like ordering sushi in a restaurant where you have like a checklist of what
Your
you want.
motherboard, the RAM,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you just pick out what you want, and then at the end they give you a price, and it's like you look up the price of the individual parts, and it's pretty comparable. It's like maybe a few $100 more,
Yeah.
and it's not a big deal. They'll make everything work, and they'll ensure that they actually professionally put it in the right place and everything. You don't have to bother with all the wiring and stuff like that. So, building a PC nowadays is really quite low bar of entry, and you really have no excuse not to have a custom built PC, whether or not you're a computer nerd or just a person want to have a high powering PC.
Yeah.
Have you seen the comments on the video of Henry Cavill